Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
On the set.
Mike 5-4. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Bravo. Now.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On first down, O'Donnell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Under 10, under 10, 10.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10. Flushed out right. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Squeeze, double. Tight dog, tight.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, O'Donnell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 56.
Hard. Hey, lock it. Get it.
To throw again. O'Donnell nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Set 50, plant.
Coming to you.
Smooth.
Check 13. Shoot.
Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. O'Donnell. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
56.
Hey, exit.
56. Check 56.
Don't let him breathe. Yep.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Mike 56. Mike 56.
On 4th down, O'Donnell under pressure. He's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Drop deep. Kill. SOS.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Quick the edge. Come, come.
On third down, Elliott. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up fourth down.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Steelers nothing.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, wahoo!
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
On the ball. Look, squeeze. Go.
Safety creep.
2nd and 1. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Look at me. Zipper.
56. Hey, hey, hey.
Yo, just two.
Throwing on first down. O'Donnell into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Their own 47-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
It's our time. It's our time.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your reps, 'cause I'm about to take you to school. Say. Go. Switch. Check, 55.
They'll drop the throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
they were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Looking to throw. O'Donnell. And he slings one that's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Tighten up. Check. Look at me. Go. Hey, watch it. Go. Check.
Throwing on 3rd and long. O'Donnell, he's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, orbit. You're out. Hey! Now.
Off the play fake. O'Donnell. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Go. Check 3. Go. Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Back to throw. O'Donnell. Open man is Anderson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Rock it. Leo.
Operating from the gun, O'Donnell. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Let's get it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Yes. Stand. Hard.
Check 3.
Throwing again, O'Donnell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, lock it.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Say go.
From the gun, O'Donnell. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 82 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta. Go, go.
Man, move it. You got to get that. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch.
Go out.
Switch.
Gone.
To throw again. O'Donnell. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Rock it. Hit it.
From the gun, it's again to Anderson. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Leo.
Show it up. Out. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Fair. Hard. Now. Hustle.
Operating from the gun. O'Donnell is going to... It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 99. Check. Check 55 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. He's checking. Crack.
Back to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Check 26.
Ready?
On 1st and 10. O'Donnell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Hey, team 6.
Check the call. Hey.
Look, squeeze.
Check 49. Shoot.
Now.
Looking to throw. O'Donnell. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Hey, Haywood.
Check hot route.
Good.
You got
Look at me. Score. You're out.
10. I'm just
Get it.
From the gun, O'Donnell. Open man is Holmes. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Mike 56.
Hey, high 7.
Tight dog.
Operating from the gun. O'Donnell. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You draw Corker. Bravo.
56. Check 56. You must be
Go.
Slam. Hey, switch.
2nd and 6. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Yes.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey, Sam off.
Big Ed.
Go.
From the gun, O'Donnell. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Hey, Charlie.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard
Check 13.
line.
Check 13.
Go.
56 to Mike. 50.
Rock it. Leo. Deep grip.
On 1st down, O'Donnell going to throw deep for... Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for two does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Steelers 13.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
6-6, pull it high. Bam. Undercut. Hard.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, lock it.
It's a safety creep.
Throwing on first down. O'Donnell looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Arnold. I'm coming.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Get that quarterback in line. Get that quarterback in line. Check safety. Mike 55.
A first down carry by Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Tighten up. Check, squeeze. Hit it.
On 1st and 10, O'Donnell. And he fires one incomplete. Rodney Anderson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Hey, exit. Hey.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55.
Look at me. Go. You're out. 5.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. O'Donnell got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 22 yards there, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Go. Go.
Let's go, D. Big series.
Hey, Sam on.
On 1st down, O'Donnell is going to float this over the middle deep. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Ready.
Throwing again. O'Donnell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Throwing on 3rd and long. O'Donnell.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Rock it. Leo.
Check 24, check 24.
Stand. Get it.
On 4th down, O'Donnell. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry here for their fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. It's the fullback with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Hey, you go tight. Hard. You got tight right there. Hey, lock it. Flare. Joker.
Back to throw. O'Donnell, he's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Silver. Check.
Looking to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That ball complete to Isabella. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And a Cowboy first down.
Ready? 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
Zip it. Watch a slant. Come on. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Check 55 to Mike.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Switch. Rush in. Check 50. Hey, move.
They'll look to throw here. Looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the